Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for your prayers and support. This recovery round has been really hard. Um, yeah, I felt like pretty crappy a lot of the time. And it's a strange roller coaster because I also had a day where I'm not sleeping well. I think I was on a really high dose of prednisone, steroids in the hospital, and then I just have been kind of like blah all the time. So I've a lot of nights only slept for like 4 hours, which is not good. But I had a day where I like woke up and made zucchini bread and did a bunch of chores and errands and made dinner for my family and then made cookies and was feeling super energetic. And then the next day, not so much. And I never felt tired, so I didn't feel like I was pushing myself. Like I had the energy, but this whole chemo in the body thing is complicated and has done a major number on my GI tract, which is the front door all the way to the back door. And I'm dealing with the aftermath of that. And so Dr. Xavier and Dr. C, my naturopath, are kind of like, there's nothing we can do. We just have to wait, blah, blah, blah. And as you know, if you've watched my other videos, you know that I don't like those kind of answers because I don't think that they're that's a true answer. I think that there is some kind of action that can be taken in every situation. I'm trying to think of a situation that there's absolutely nothing that I could do or that anyone could do, whether it was some mental decision or some action-oriented thing. But I really think that there is always some proactive thing that can be done. That being said, I had a Skype call with my naturopath up in Seattle, who I used to see up there. He's so great. If you're in the Seattle area, Dr. Matt Angove, Angove, he's in Centralia. He's wonderful. He's the only doctor that I've ever seen who said to me, Carrie Ann, we're going to get you super healthy. I was like, we are? That is so awesome. I totally want to be super healthy. That would be the dream. That was like 5 years ago, and I'm still making progress towards being super healthy, but he has just been a huge encouragement. And so I've had like some phone calls and Skype calls with him over the course of treatment, just kind of bouncing ideas off of him about preventative things or like dealing with the GI mucositis or whatever. And I got some really great ideas from him of things to do in the meantime, because camp starts in a month and 3 days is when campers arrive. And some of you might be thinking, oh my gosh, Carrie Ann, you should not be going to camp, or you are not going to have the capacity for that, or whatever. And I hear you. I hear your concerns. I also am really good at listening to my body and knowing when it's time to rest. And in previous summers, I've been the only person that's like a full-time Camp Hope staff managing all the administrative stuff, all of the research and data, all of the behavioral intervention, all of the meetings with all the adults from all the sites, and it's crazy town. And like doing campfire talks and just all the stuff. It's crazy. So thankfully we have a real Camp Hope staff now. Woo woo! So I am not going to be responsible for everything. So I will be able to be there and be present, and also will have to take a lot of precautions to keep myself away from sickness, but my immune system should be functioning better by then. And we'll also be doing my own food thing, because no offense to Kidder, but camp food is not going to be fueling this body. I'm going to be fueling this body with real food that is nutrient dense, and I'm excited about it. But Mike and I will have to be like bringing our own pots and pans and oils and spices and doing our own food thing, which is totally fine. That's just a really peaceful place to be up there, and I'm really looking forward to even the days when I don't feel that great, because not feeling great when you're sitting on a porch overlooking a pasture of horses and apple trees is not a bad deal, you know? Like, I'll take it. So anyway, that's what's going on in that realm. And now I'm taking all of this really interesting new stuff. One thing is called poly MVA, and it's really good for cellular health and regeneration and is anti-cancer. So just in case there are any sleepers, which I don't think that there are, and I hope that there aren't, poly MVA is going to be really good at supporting my cells to get back up to a good level. And another thing that I'm trying to get into is called hyperbaric oxygen therapy. So this is where I'm totally going to go into like teacher mode because this is so fascinating to me. Chemotherapy is an oxidant. So it is partially, to my knowledge, bringing oxygen to cancer cells. And I feel like I really need to Google that before I just throw that out there. That's what I would assume with the word oxidant. Cancer cells do not do well with oxygen. They're anaerobic, whereas healthy cells are aerobic and they really need oxygen to function well. And so with something like inflammation, like if this is a healthy cell, there are all of these capillaries, like tiny little blood vessels all around it. And there are foods that just cause inflammation. Sugar is one of them. For a lot of us, grains, because they're converted into glucose/sugar in the body, cause inflammation. And that can start in your gut and then leak into other areas of the body. And so with a diet that's high in inflammatory foods, essentially what's happening is this cancer cell that needs, or no, sorry, this is a healthy cell. This healthy cell that needs a lot of oxygen is being suffocated because those capillaries start to be inflamed, which cuts off the oxygen pathways to the cell. So when that happens, the cell becomes unhealthy. It is far more likely to then become a cancerous cell. And if our bodies aren't getting enough oxygen because of inflammation, then those cancer cells are pumped on it because they're like, we don't like oxygen anyways. So hyperbaric oxygen therapy, especially combined with something like the ketogenic diet or combined with fasting, basically takes your body into a chamber that any of you who are claustrophobic are probably like, oh my gosh, my palms are sweating right now. But it kind of is like an MRI machine, except it's a whole tube. So you go in there and it's sealed, and they bring you down, with air quotes, to like 30 to 40 feet underwater is what it would feel like when you swim into a pool and like your ears are popping and stuff. So compression is happening, and then they are blasting 100% oxygen into this little compression chamber. And like in the air that we're normally breathing, it's like 71% oxygen. So we're getting a pretty low percentage. And then now we're getting 100% in this hyperbaric oxygen therapy chamber. So what's happening is those cancer cells that are anaerobic are getting blasted with oxygen, which they don't like. So they start to basically die and be like dispersed as kind of debris in the body. And then at the same time, the oxygen is really creating a lot of health for the healthy cells, making them stronger so that when you're out of there, your immune system is stronger, your inflammation is lower, energy is better. There's all of these amazing benefits to it. And then when your immune system is stronger, all of that debris that just happened from the cancer cells being broken up is going to be cleared out by a system that's a lot stronger than it was before. So I'm trying to do that. Because I think that it's going to help with a lot of the muscle issues that I have, and just like hitting the ground running in terms of like getting my cellular function back up is really, really important right now because I have a life to live and I just want to feel good. I think everyone can probably resonate with that. So so anyway, that's one of the things I'm doing, and taking some new supplements, green tea extract and curcumin, which is like turmeric is derived from curcumin. Curcumin's like the purest form of that. Both really anti-inflammatory, high in antioxidants. So we're just working on like getting the bod clear of toxins. Another one that I'm doing is activated charcoal. And some of you have probably heard of that. And no, it's not the charcoal in your barbecue. And it uses a process called adsorption. So absorption is when something gets sucked in. Like if undigested food leaks through your intestines and gets absorbed into your blood. This is different, where you're putting a substance in and it's negatively charged. So all of the positively charged, like heavy metals and toxins are attracted to that like a magnet. They bind onto it. And then your body rids itself of the activated charcoal. So it's like it's a detox therapy basically. And it's used even in like trauma centers all over the country because it's so effective in toxins binding to it, even more so than like pumping someone's stomach. Activated charcoal just works way faster and is more effective. So anyway, I'm starting all this new stuff. I feel excited about it because having doctors tell me that the tincture of time is all I need is just, I don't like that. I'm like, what the heck am I supposed to be doing? We've gotten so used to this chemo cycle of like 1 week in the hospital, then recovering for 1 week, then preparing for battle, and then going back in. And going into it, I never thought of there being an end point. And now that there is an end point, it's kind of like, well, I was so used to this cycle and this system and this structure, and now I don't have it. So I'm excited. I feel like really encouraged and empowered to be able to have some things that I can be doing on my own. And some of that is stuff that I'm taking. Some of that has to do with like, I'm calling it DIY physical therapy. I'm hoping to see a trainer at the YMCA who is actually certified in cancer survivorship training that can help me kind of build a program that I can do anywhere, because I'm definitely not lacking in motivation. I don't need to like actually be seeing a trainer. And like with my yoga background and alignment and all of that, I have a pretty good handle on form and all of that. So I just need someone that's gonna like build out a program with me that I can implement on my own to start regaining some muscle. But I already have had positive experiences from going to acupuncture. It's helped with these like crazy hot flashes that I've been having, and has helped with some of the neuropathy stuff. So like I'm starting to feel a little bit stronger and a little bit less limited. So I'm really thankful for that. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on in this realm, and just trying to stay hydrated, stay ahead of this gastrointestinal mucositis thing. I'm probably going to go into the infusion center again one more time this week just to get, you can never go wrong with being hydrated and getting fluids. So that's what I'm probably going to do either tomorrow or maybe Thursday or Friday. But yeah, that's what's going on in this neck of the woods. And Mike and I both continue to be so amazed at your generosity. We are receiving so much financial support from you and are so thankful for that. And I am so sorry that I'm not going to be able to write an individualized thank you note to everyone who has supported us in this season. If I could go back, I would have had a really nice Excel spreadsheet that had your name and the amount and the date, and then have I written a thank you note, yes or no. But life is crazy, and that is just not a reality that can be grasped right now. But thank you so much. We are so blessed by you and so supported, and I don't even know how to thank you enough for your support. So anyway, you guys rock. Thank you for praying. I feel a lot better today. Who knows what tomorrow holds, but that is true for all of us. So I'm trying to just live in the moment and be thankful that today I had energy to put on my eyebrows, which are mostly fake because they've fallen out, but that's okay. Put on my eyebrows and put on jeans and start tackling my to-do list. So I'm just going to be thankful for this moment of energy, and I'm thankful for this community of people that have loved us so well. And this is a strangely exciting time. Getting to learn a lot and I'm getting to support a lot of other cancer patients right now, which is funny because I'm not a doctor or even a nutritional therapist yet. But this experience has taught me a lot, and I've chosen to learn a lot from it. I think sometimes learning is voluntary and sometimes it's involuntary, but I am getting to support a lot of other people who are calling me that are either not doing conventional treatment or are doing that and are trying to figure out how to do that well and how to protect themselves during that. And so I just feel so privileged that this walk of a journey that's been so hard is already blessing other people and is also blessing me, because I don't want to be all stuck in my own stuff all the time. And so I get to walk alongside other cancer survivors / cancer patients and get to share my experience and hopefully be a support and encouragement to them. So that's really, really special for me. But yeah, anyway, okay, I'll let you go. Thank you for praying. I love you guys, and we'll talk to you soon.